Hey there, how's it going everybody? Hope everyone who's watching this right now or at some point in the future is having themselves a fantastic day today. Welcome, welcome. My name is Relikai. I'm going to be playing a video game on the old internet here, and tonight that video game is going to be Fate Grand Order. We are continuing on with Avalon, Lost Spelt 6, in our never-ending quest to play catch up, and hopefully at some point maybe just be on parity with everyone else who has ever played this game ever. Hello, hello Goody. Your name looks familiar. I think I think I might have seen. Have you fucked around in some of the Idol Girls chats? Because if so, then I think I might have seen you here and there. If not, though, you could be just a complete stranger. Granted, you are. So either way, the end result will be the same. But you know, at least I wouldn't just be, you know, hurling accusations and presumptions at just a random person on the internet with no probable cause. Alrighty, so I think I had it. Well then, my guy, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. My name is Relikai. I'm literally just a random person on the internet that just plays whatever game suits his fancy. I don't play games for views, and I don't chase the trends or the meta. So, you know, if that sounds like your type of thing to just kind of hang out, chill for a little bit, then feel free to hang out, chat, or lurk, whatever is more your speed. But for the time you decide to stick around, I hope you enjoy yourself. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna be continuing on with FGO tonight, and as always, we're just playing catch up. I was thinking of potentially maybe swapping out FGO a little bit for Nikke, because, you know, the summer event is going on here, and I'd kind of like to play some of that while there's nothing really going on in Genshin. But you know, we're always, you know, going against the clock when it comes to FGO, so I just figured, whatever, man, whatever. If the summer Anise shows back up, which I think she is, then we're gonna go ahead and have some Nikke going on here, because I do need to go ahead and roll for summer Anise, pick her up hopefully, and then I guess at that point we'll go ahead and play some of the event, and we'll probably swap it out for FGO, because I mean, FGO, I need to catch up, but at the same time I'm in a constant of just never being able to catch up, so it's kind of just damned if you do, damned if you don't. So what's it really going to make a difference if for a week or two I go ahead and switch over to and NTR it with one of my other gachas? Honestly, probably not a whole lot. So yeah, we'll go ahead and maybe do that if and when the time is right. But for tonight, we are going to be going ahead with FGO and just continuing on trying to catch up with the main storyline. So let me go ahead and let's see here. We're gonna kill the BGM and then get the FGO audio going, and then we're gonna come over here. Alrighty, so here we are once again, the old Charminau, and we are going to go ahead and get ourselves started here. So real quick though, we did apparently I got some of the costumes, some of the wardrobes for some of my servants here. So I did pick up oh, we got the white one for X. So let's just go ahead and throw that on her, why don't we? The other ones I unlocked were let's see, were for Ilya and Shiki, and I think Summer Musashi. But yeah, so I put the Tempest. I think that's what it's called. Whoopsie. Hold up. Formation, Spirit Origin list. Yeah, so right here for Ilya, did get the Tempest. I honestly don't know what this is. I don't know what this is from. I don't remember seeing this in Prisma Ilya. So yeah, I don't know what it is. I see it in a lot of fan art though. I could tell you that much for certain. But yeah, I don't remember actually seeing it in the show. But it's fine. It looks good. So decided to go ahead and put it on there. And yeah, that's about all I got to say in terms of preamble. So let's go ahead and just get into it here, shall we? Now, again, the fact that there's no music here on the map, still a bit unsettling. But anyway, so my voice is still, like, even though it's been weeks since I was sick, I think it might have actually done permanent damage of some sort to my voice, because right now I still can't sing to the same to the same degree that I could before. It robbed me of my twang. I have no more twang anymore, and I hate that. I need twang. Like, twang is a huge tool in a singer's toolkit, and I can't access it anymore, because when I try and sing with twang, it comes out sounding like this. Sounds like, I'm at a payphone trying to call. You hear that? Well, obviously you could hear it. It sounds awful. It literally sounds like what they want voice actors to sound like when they tell them, make your character sound bad as a singer. That is my twang. I used to be able to sing like that, but now I can't. I don't know what happened. Something got fucked up in, like, the old, like, ear, nose, and throat, whatever. And so it also affects my voice acting too. So I can't as easily do all the dumb, stupid voices that I've always done up until this point. So I honestly don't know if, like, I need to go, like, see a doctor, or maybe I can just kind of, like, vocal therapy it myself or something like that. But yeah, I hate it, man. And you can even hear it just in my regular speaking voice. Whenever I get, like, a little bit more up there, you can hear the scratchiness. You hear that right there? That shouldn't sound like that. I didn't have this before. So I just, it's frustrating, man. Hope it gets better soon. I do as well, man. But, I mean, again, I'm gonna try and actually just maybe vocal therapy it out. But yeah, I mean, if it doesn't just kind of go away on its own after I do that, maybe I might have to see a doctor about it. It also makes if I try and sing, it comes out, it requires so much more effort. I have to push so much harder in order to, like, kind of, I hit some kind of ceiling up there again where my twang would usually come into play. Like, there's a like diaphragm that I have to, like, break through in order to get up there. Anywho, okay, so let's just continue on here. We're still in section 1, and it's still marked as the beginning. So I think we're fighting just, like, random. God, you hear the scratchiness? We're fighting. God, Doc. What do you mean? You made a time machine in a DeLorean? It's Anywho, all right. So it is the next day. Let's see what's gonna happen. So last time around, we met up with the villagers and shit. We saw that they're all acting super cringe to baby girl, the little fairy girl who's all beat up. We don't know her name, so I just call her what's her name. And yeah, she seems really sweet and nice, but everyone is super mean to her because she's got wings, I guess. So yeah, I'm not into any of that. Hopefully, she is not dead. Hopefully, she doesn't turn evil. And hopefully, we're going to do something about it tonight. So let us proceed and find out. Oh, hi-yo. Good morning. It may be a shame not to have a banquet, but there is an upside. We got to bed earlier. So, what would you like to do today? If you don't have anything particular in mind, I'd like to go outside the village again myself. The fuck was that? Oh, was it supposed to be someone's stomach? Okay, if you say so. First, I need me some food. I'm peckish. Pretty hungry since we didn't have a banquet last night. Since we didn't have a full course buffet, I feel I am rather famished. I'm gonna starve. Yeah, let's go eat. Huh? You're hungry? Yes. Is there a problem? Oh, good morning, Lysander. I'm sorry we couldn't give you the welcome you deserved last night. Fortunately, we should be able to make up for it tonight, so I do hope you're looking forward to it. Is something wrong? You don't seem like yourself. Didn't have anything to eat yesterday, so I'm just really, really hungry, man. Any food I could have around in this joint? Huh? You're hungry because you didn't have anything to eat? Ha ha ha, don't be ridiculous. Needing to eat? It's not like you're human or some... Wait, you're serious? You know, now that you mention it... Oh my, I can't believe it. I never thought such a thing could be possible. Halombar... Fucking... What is your name again? Halabaromia. Yes, that sounds familiar. God, I just got smacked across the face with your name for a second, and it like caused my brain to shut down for a second. Everyone, I have big news. Lysander is human. We have an unregistered human with us. Huh? Come on, it's too early for this nonsense. There's no way a human could be here of all... I'm not joking. Take a closer look. It's not that his wings were torn off. He never had them to begin with. Don't look at my back. That's intimate and private. Hurry, come quick. We can't let him get out to the woods. Oh my goodness, I feel terrible about this. If only I'd realized it sooner. Now I'm even more sorry we didn't give you the kind of welcome you deserve, Lysander. But don't worry, we're going to make up for that right now with a really, really fun welcome party. Ah, what a wonderful day this is. So the intense foreboding music does not instill me with a lot of confidence in the words that you say to me. So would could I just leave? Maybe that would be nice. Oh, so now they don't have eyeballs anymore, huh? Before, when they were cool, to me at least, yeah, they had eyeballs, but not anymore. Let me see. Oh wow, you're right. Lysander really is human. A human? A human, hooray! No wonder being around him made us all so happy. Ayo? This is great. Now we'll never have to worry about turning into Moors. Who? Excuse me. Personal bubble being intruded upon. I'm in danger! Oh no, I almost forgot. Be careful, Lysander. If you tell them you're hungry... Ah, I'm too late. Are you human too? You are, aren't you? You don't have wings or command spells. How about the guy with the harp?
Is he human? No, wait, he's a fairy.
That's right, he didn't eat anything, but who cares? Just put him with the others, it's easier that way. Here, Lysander, Mash, and Tristram, please, let me show you to the best spot in town. Why is the best spot in town look like a spit over a open fire, Halabaromia? This seems rather sus and odd. From now on, you'll be staying in a tent at the town square, right in the middle of the village. Ah, there's so much to do, I don't know where to begin. Yeah, not into any of what's going on here. Welp. Can I just say, I love the fact that Welp has become, it's become, like, mainstream to the point where it's written into scripts. Like it's, even despite the fact that Welp, that is a word. That's a separate word from the pronunciation of well, where you put kind of like a sharp end to it. Like, that's a completely different word, but writers don't care anymore. Everyone, like, you know, when someone says, well, then it's just, you know, it's a very specific kind of cadence, a specific pronunciation, and it conveys a certain energy that you don't get just by having, you know, well, full stop. You know, it's amusing. I find it highly amusing. It's been half a day since we were packed into this tent without so much as a word of explanation. How's the food they've been bringing you every hour, Lysander? It's really good, but I'm not hungry anymore. I'm so stuffed. We're not allowed to go out, and there are fairies guarding outside the tent in shifts. This isn't a welcome party. We are prisoners. Do you know why this has happened to us, Mash? Because Lysander is human. Thinking about it now, I was a little surprised myself to see how much you enjoyed that fruit. I should have realized it then, but I haven't seen many humans either. Are you a fairy, Mash? I'm, not entirely sure. I think I'm a fairy, but I also feel like I've been called human-like at one point or another. But never mind that now. Right now, we need to focus on the situation at hand. You might think they're giving Lysander a warm reception now, but it's only going to heat up as time goes on. Really? Even more than this? Yes, really. You see, humans are very important sources of sustenance for fairies. They're also very important sources of sustenance for servants. Ask me how I know, and I will point you to two websites in particular that you could get very much lost in for half a day or more. Just having a human nearby makes them happier, almost like a mental balm. But these days, the human population is carefully managed by the Queen. This literally is starting out like a fate doujin. Leaving lower-class fairies without any humans for themselves. In fact, the fairies of this village wound up here because they didn't have humans. Oh, no. No. No, hold on. No humans? Absolute humanless behavior going on in this village right now, man. It is cringe and it is boorish. So, if nothing else, I'm sure they'll take good care of you, Lysander. But, yes, there's always a nice big juicy butt, and not the kind that I am particularly fond of.
Yay, humans! Humans in the village! And not defective ones from the rebel army, or ones made for the Queen. Real, high-quality humans. This is so great. We'll have to keep them safe so they don't get hurt. We'll have to figure out what they eat, too. They say you can't just give them nuts and fruit.
I will take nuts and fruit all day long, thank you very much.
Humans like meat, right? Nope. So we'll have to go hunt some meat in the woods. Man, I'm so jealous of the guards. I can't wait until it's my turn.
Oh my god, they're like fucking yanderes or something. Just all of them.
I just want to be near them. I want to make them laugh, make them uncomfortable, make them cry.
What in the actual fuck? What is... They are yanderes, holy shit. No, I don't need any of this, man. I'm good. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I want to comb their hair and pull off their fingers and skin them alive.
Yep, actual yanderes.
Too bad there's only 2 of them. No fair that Halabaromia gets to decide who goes first. We'll never all get a piece of them that way. I just know I'm gonna miss out. Yeah, we should just chop them to pieces and share with everyone. I'll take the left eye and you have the right. Yeah. I'll take the ring finger. You take the middle one. Yay! That way everyone can get a piece. Hey, what do you guys think you're doing? It's not your turn yet. Get back to your tents. And don't try anything with Lysander. You should have seen him on the athletic field. He used his head to score a goal. His head! I've never seen anyone play football like that. He's a really entertaining lad. As long as he's around, we're gonna have more fun than we've ever...
Yo! What the fuck?
You talk too much, Doga. We don't need talkers.
Sheesh! Bro! Oh my god. They're turning into humanless incels or some shit.
We can't help ourselves. There's only 2 of them. Only 2 of them. Let's chop them up and share them with everyone. But we're the only ones who are gonna get a share. The Fang clan's gonna keep them all to ourselves. The Earth and Wind clans talk too much too. Let's get them before they get us.
Damn. Yes, sir. Is that fighting? Is that rabble rousing I hear outside? I'm not sure exactly why, but the fairies seem to be fighting amongst themselves now. I suspect it has something to do with different clans wanting to keep you all to themselves. The why isn't important now, though. You're obviously not safe here. We need to leave right away. Where would we even go, bro? Let's head inland. Once we get through this village, we can make our way to the hilly area. The hilly area? The hilly area? I can't believe it. I've always wanted to see the hilly area. From there, there's a highway, and once we get there, we can think about where to go next. But first, yes, we do need to do something about the guards outside. Unfortunately, I doubt you and I alone will be any match for them. Remember, these fairies are all very powerful. There's no way a human could... Oh? It's our girl! It's all what's her name?
Oh good. You're still all okay. Thank goodness. I noticed something was off in the village this morning, so I've been keeping an eye on things from afar. It's awful out there. First everyone was yelling at each other, and now they've started fighting. Halabaromia was doing his best to calm everyone down, but I don't think it worked.
I don't think so either.
Hey, keep an eye on things near the tent. Don't let anyone near it. I know we killed all the Wind Clan bastards, but there's still some fangs out here. Ain't no way we're letting those veggie lovers take the humans away from us. We've got to divide them both up evenly among the Earth Clan.
Veggie lovers, you say? On fam. That guy.
It's no use, Lysander. They're not the fairies you knew anymore. They're being driven wild by their bloodlust. Come with me. I can get you out through the weak stitching in the cloth where I snuck in. You do want to get out into the woods, right? Then please trust me. I know a way inland. Now come on, hurry.
Oh, she's so dead. Man! Those are Earth Clan fairies? They look nothing like they used to. Ah, how this saddens me. What do I see now but the devil?
Stop that, Tristram! You can't play your harp now. They'll hear us.
Huh? Hey, did you just hear something? Maybe one of the Wind Clan bastards survived. Kesley, Gam, go check it out. The rest of us will head to the tent, crush their legs first. That'll keep them from running.
Oh boy, we gotta go. Yes, sir. God, fucking Poco. Literally, I can't stop saying yes, sir. And I think it's her fault. Always blame the raccoon. I'm so sorry. My fingers moved before I realized what I was doing. Anyway, yes, we need to get out of the village. I'll bring up the rear.
This way, everyone. Please follow me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, that wasn't too hard. We did it. And there was no adverse effects whatsoever. Oh, she's got a different sprite now. Oh yeah, she's so dead. She's so dead.
Yes, this is it. Once you cross those 3 hills, you'll be far enough inland. Are you all okay? I know we've been running nonstop.
I'm okay. Well, I'm managing. I'm surviving, like all of us. Indeed, there were 2 fairies after us, but it seems we lost them after we crossed that first hill.
They must have gotten lost in the fog.
What a bunch of foreheads.
I guess all that time you spent living outside in the forest must have paid off. Thank you for showing us the way. You've been a huge help. But are you sure about this? Now that you've helped us escape, doesn't that mean you can never go back to that village?
Would she want to go back? Well, I mean, now that I'm gone, maybe they'll all stop being so cringe.
Yes, it does. But please don't worry about that, Mash. My home is safe now, thanks to you. Now please don't worry about me. You need to leave the forest as soon as possible. Go, quickly, before the villagers find you.
Girl, you gotta come with us, though.
I have to put more distance between you and them.
You're breathing really hard. Also, yeah, what's that mark on your face?
Huh? What mark? Ah, I can smell the wind now. It smells just like good old Salsbury earth.
Yep, she's about to turn into fairy dust or some shit. Man.
Soon we'll be out of the woods. Not much longer. Beautiful Britain. You haven't changed a bit. You're just as I remember from when I had a name. Almost there. Just a little more.
And I see a slope up ahead. That must be the last hill.
Once we cross it, we'll be out of these woods. Thank you. We could never have made it this far without... What's wrong?
And there she goes.
Oh my gosh, are you okay? Are you hurt? Why don't we take a little...
What?
Shut up! Just shut up! Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
I can't get any oomph in this register of my voice.
It hurts! It hurts! It hurts so damn much! It's been hurting for all these hundreds of years I've spent alone. They kept forcing me to do things I couldn't do. Hundreds of years of endless frustration. Nobody ever helped me before. Nobody ever even noticed me before. So why did you have to be kind to me now, when it's already too late? Idiots! You're idiots! Have you really not figured it out yet? I tricked you! The only reason I brought you out here is so I could keep you all to myself. Why else would I be doing this? Why did I...
Oh, there she goes. Man, I thought it was I guess I couldn't give her the human sustenance she required or something. I don't know.
Get ready, Tristram, Lysander. She's not a fairy anymore. She's Moors now. Just a thing that can no longer speak or listen. It's a dark sludge that fouls the world just by existing.
Oh, just like me.
It is Britain's curse, and it is death to fairies.
Oh, man. I knew this was gonna happen. That doesn't mean it doesn't suck anymore. Oh, man, it's just the two of them, huh? All right. Well, I mean, that's how it's been this entire time, so I guess it's not anything anything surprising. Alright, so we're gonna do this. Alright, and then let's see. Can I get rid of her buffs? Nope. Alright then. Okay, and wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Oh boy. Oof. Oof. Oh Lord have mercy. Okay. So now we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna do a little bit of this. Okay. And now should we do a brave chain? Sure, why not? Why not? Let's go ahead and do this, and then, or no, we're not doing a brave chain. Never mind. All right, we're gonna do that, and then that, and then we're gonna do that. All right, boy, make it happen. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. God, I hate this. I hate this scratchiness in my voice now. Get fucked. That's right. That's right. Get out of here. Okay. And then we'll do oh yeah, and this implies invincible as well. Good stuff. All right, so we'll do a little bit of that, and a little bit of that, and a little bit of that. Just gotta get our MPs up. That's all that matters. Ooh. Yes. Get fucked, buddy. All right, so I gotta try and take her out before she absolutely infects me with all of her poison. All right. Oof. Got a little up close and personal there. Okay, now let's do it again. Go waboom, waboom, and then waboom. Okay, that wasn't as good, but you know what? It's all right. It's all right. Oh, it's because we didn't have his quick buff this time around. Yeesh. Hey. All right. Castoria's MP removes status ailments. Good stuff. There we go. Okay. And then yeah, let's do a Castoria Brave Chain. Why not? Nice. Aw, too bad. So sad. Oof. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Woo. And then let's see. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna be cutting it close for Tristan here. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So we can at least do this, and then I'll do that, and then that. All right. Prevent us from dying, Castoria, please. And then, yep. Boom. Strange gaze. No, thank you. All right. And that's GG.
で、はい。
There you go.
痛み
All right, baby girl. I wish I could have done something for you, but
これが
the story doesn't roll that way, I guess.
今回はうまくいきました。
All right. Good stuff. All right, let's see how this resolves. I think we got her, but be careful, Lysander. She's not done yet. But she's not trying to attack anymore. Is she trying to tell us something? Yay! It's time for more sad girl hours. Pardon me. Oh. Oh, what the? Oh. Oh, it's you. Okay. I hope you, well, okay, since this all takes place in the UK or in Britain specifically, I guess maybe I should be doing British voices for a lot of these characters. All right, we'll give him a British accent. I hope you don't mind. I didn't want to make you three put her out of her. I didn't want to make you three put her out of her misery. As I know the Moors well, I thought I should be the one to do what was necessary. That rapier strike came from behind us like the wind. And there's something familiar about them. Sorry about that. You're free now. May you find peace in your next life.
No way! You're...
Hey there, Relly. Nice to meet you. Sorry I took so long to get here. Then again, I guess that's pretty confusing too, judging from the look on your face. A king doesn't typically introduce himself, but none of my attendants are here, so I suppose I don't have a choice. I am Oberon. Oh, shit. A heroic spirit summoned here by humanity. I'm the one and only servant in all this lost belt who's destined to help you. Most people know me as Oberon the Fairy King. What do you think? Pretty cool, right? I mean, I like your wings. They're pretty. But man, you took out our girl. She was trying to people for a little bit, man. Oh well. Let me grab my shit here. Oh, I got a whole ass new spirit code. Mystic code. My bad. Well then, how about that shit? And get a little exchange ticket to go along with it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, let's finally finish out the fucking prologue for this lost build, I guess. Pretty cool, right? Da Vinci! Am I remembering? I'm remembering! And then I remember the face in the fog. That's right. My name's Relly. Tristram! Your name's not Tristram! And yours is... Indeed, you are Relly, the master of Chaldea. And I am Tristan, knight of the bewitched bow and the child of sadness. At last, I finally remember everything. As for you, Mash, your name's not really Mash.
Oberon? Not Merlin?
Merlin?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're just, not exactly who I was expecting. But you look so much like someone I was thinking about that it threw me off for a moment. Ahem. Ahem. At any rate, I remember who I am now too. My name is Castor. Altria Castor. Oh, but that's kind of a mouthful, isn't it? Really, Castor was just my name in the village I'm from, so please call me Altria.
I'm relieved to see you've got your names back. Now we'd better hurry, or you'll get caught out in that fog again. Go on, get going. See those trees over there? That's your goal. First, you should all see what Britain is really like. After that, we'll have plenty to talk about. We need to get out of these woods. Gotta do it, man.
I agree. Let's go, Relly. It's time you saw the Twilight Island, home of so many fairies. The utopia of wind, earth, and life, blessed by song and rain. The Isle of Britain.
Oh, hand-holding? So forward, so lewd. What is going on over there? Oh, is that the Tree of Emptiness? Holy low res. Dude, look at this fucking JPEG. Man, that JPEG did not hold up to that level of zoom. God damn, it's like they put FSR on that shit. Hey. And now we've got background music. Huzzah. Also, why is Britain kind of shaped like the Big Island? The Big Island of Hawaii? That's weird. Also, Britain's got these two big holes. Good to know. All right. I got another ticket. Jesus. All right. Cornwall Village. Let's go. Continuing on. Avalon Lefay. Fragment. Ooh, check it out. Meanwhile, several days after she got separated from Relly, the girl managed to make it out of the nameless woods on her own ahead of the others. Was it the difference in her innate servant abilities? Simply a stroke of good luck? Neither, in fact. She was simply swept along by Amor's current and unceremoniously spat out elsewhere. Mash. She's not Ordnax anymore! Wait, I think I remember. Is this... Does she become good again? Do we get good Mash back finally? Please, I need her back. Give her back to me, please. And she's got her old sprite back, the one with the super paddable head. Yay. Oh. The outcome speaks for itself. Deprived of her strength, her equipment in pieces, she could only collapse by the highway. This is bad. Very, very bad. If she stays here too long... Oh no. This is definitely the start of a Dojin. That's for certain. Hello, Peachy Ryu. That's a very cute name. Hi there. My name is Relikai. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. I'm just a literal random dude who plays video games on the internet. Feel free to stick around and hang out, chat if you will, lurk if you feel more like it, whatever your speed, but for whatever time you decide to stick around, I hope you enjoy yourself. We're just playing Fate Grand Order here, Lost Belt 6, on our eternal quest to catch up with the rest of all the degenerates out there. Alright, and we are about to begin the beginning of an FGO Dojin from the looks of it here. So I guess I'll give these dudes like a Cockney accent, you know. I don't know if any of this is considered culturally insensitive, but the Brits have got like they've got a few generations of cultural insensitivity built up in their karma, so I think they can take it. All right. How do you do a Cockney accent? Sorry.
Oh, it's a bit like this down, ain't it? I think it is, that's right. There's the worst Cockney accent has ever come around these parts, but you know what? We're gonna make it work.
Especially since... still dealing with my fucked up voice, man. God. Alright.
See? What I tell you? I knew there'd be one or two around this time of year. Check it out, Premium Wind Fairy. This'll keep us fed the whole winter.
She'll be easy pickings for the slave hunters who prey on fairies who wander out of the woods.
Oi, get a call on her before she wakes up. I don't know who she is, but it won't matter once we sell her. We'll make a bundle and she'll get a nice warm bed and someone to keep her company. Now that's what I call a win-win. Ah! A wolf! There's a wolf over there!
Ooh, it's a boofer. But fortunately, fate had other plans for her. No wonder she's my favorite. Wait, who the fuck is... Wait, this is supposed to be Merlin. I think Merlin is narrating this. That's right. Okay, hold on, never mind. Let's see. What was the voice I gave Merlin at the beginning? Did I give him a British accent as well? I don't think I did. I guess I'm just gonna give him a third new voice. That fluffy guy next to her is Sage Grim, the White Fang. Those thugs won't get near her, not with him around.
Oh crap, she's awake! And she looks really strong too! We're dead!
Who are you? No, wait. Why was I collapsed on the ground?
Ew, she doesn't remember anything. Are you there, young lady? We're just, you know, a group of kindly caretakers. It's our job to help any fairies who collapse on the side of the road. Yeah, that's it. We're here to help you. Now go on, get in our cart. It's the latest model from Norwich, and it's way better than walking. One of us pulls while the other two smile. That way, two can relax and only one has to work. Bye. Don't worry, you're a valued guest. We never make you pull the cart. Now what are we gonna call you? Say, what do you think of Anise Brothers? Doesn't that seem like a great name for her?
I'm losing it. I'm losing the accent. The terrible, awful Cockney accent that I cultivated just 5 minutes ago.
You mean we're not going with urchin like usual? Well, I guess a little change of pace wouldn't hurt. Sound good to you, Anise? Now go on, try to stand up. Here, hold on to me if you need. Besides, you don't want to be lying on the ground too long, or the giant, odd, goggy caterpillar's gonna eat you right up.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh no.
Why, what's with all that metal? She's got an iron shield, iron armor, and... what's this, a canister? Damn, you think she's one of the Queen's Knights? Seeing how she's got all these weapons? You guys sure this is a good idea? What if the Queen kills us? You're still a bit scaredy cat, aren't you, wag? Don't worry about it. Even if she's one of the Queen's Knights, who cares? Doesn't matter if she can't remember anything. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen when she doesn't even know her own name. And if she doesn't have a place to call home, what's wrong with taking her to a new one? There's our merchandise, of course.
Jeez. Your voice acting is pretty good. It's just... I appreciate it, but I mean, the voice acting I do for FGO streams is entirely just... It's just trying to come up with as many stupid voices as I can to keep all of the characters separated, because there's a lot of characters in this game. So I need to give them all distinctive voices, or else things are gonna get really monotonous. The three fairies exchange a knowing look and cackle, and so she and all her things wound up on the cart with not a clue as to who she is. The cart begins heading north towards Gloucester, beginning another separate journey. Wait, what the fuck was with that wolf? The wolf did nothing! I thought he was supposed to protect her! Bad dog! Bad doggy! But all that aside... Good job, man.
Oi, that wolf's still following us. What do we do, brothers? You really want to mess with his like? They say if you kill one, you'll become a Moors. Guess we'll just have to let him tag along too. Maybe we can even sell them off along with the girl.
Don't worry, these fairies won't be having much luck as long as their intimidating furry friend is around. Yeah, as long as the furries stick around, no one's gonna act a fool. All right. Well, I guess Mash is off on her own little adventure, unfortunately, starting out her doujin over there. The Southern Plains. Salsbury. All right. Avalon Le Fay. Salisbury. Salisbury steaks? Or Salisbury D's nuts? Anyway. Beautiful, isn't it? This is the center of the British Lost Belt. See that super ominous castle-looking thing over there? That's Camelot. These days, Britain is divided into North and South regions, and Camelot sits between them. That is not Camelot. I've been to Camelot. That looks nothing like it. Thank you very much. Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god. Stop fucking lying. Most people live here in the southern central area. The four main cities in this region are Salsbury, the great cathedral, Norwich, the nearest port town, Gloucester, the city of fashion, and Oxford, the great dining hall. Each city is run by the head of a fairy clan. Excuse me, sorry to interrupt, but do you know where Mash and Da Vinci are? Ahem. Huh? I see. So there were others from Caldia with you? I'm very sorry, but you were the only one I managed to find. And as you can see, it's just me right now, so tracking you down was the best I could do. But that leads nicely to my next point. Can you tell me what this Mash of yours looks like? She's super cute and pretty, and her head is very pattable, and she's mine. So that's all you need to know. As long as I know what she looks like, I can have Blanca look for her. Blanca? Who's that? Didn't you just say you were alone? Oh, right. Here, let me introduce you. Aww, so cute. Man, I do actually really like moths. Moths are super cute. Like, they're so like fuzzy, and they got like the big like fuzzy antennas, and they're big goofy eyeballs. Very, very cute. They're actually cuter than butterflies, in all honesty. So, yeah, I actually like moths better than butterflies. Pretty cute, right? I talk with her a lot. I guess you could call her my friend. Anyway, she's very neat, very smart, and above all, she's a hard worker. She's a good girl. Very, very good girl, Blanca. They are. Yes, they are. If anyone can track down Mash, she can. Okay, now that that's settled, how about we start by sharing what we all know about with one another? You tell me your story, and I'll tell you mine. Well, it all started when I was born. And you know the rest. I see. So you've conquered 5 Lost Belts thus far, and while you weren't originally planning to come to Britain, you, Mash, Leonardo, and Tristan wound up coming here to investigate this collapse. But then after the 4 of you landed here, you got separated in the nameless woods. That's unfortunate. No, I'm sorry I couldn't be more helpful. I had no idea you weren't the only one lost. If I'd only been more attentive back then, maybe I could have tracked down Mash and Leonardo as well. But I was so excited about finding you that I forgot all about everything else. So then you were the one I saw at the beach before I lost consciousness. For the time being, there's one thing we can and should check. Oh, you're just gonna ignore what I just said. That's interesting. All right, then. Marsh is your contracted servant, right? Then you should have a magical energy connection with her. It's Oberon. It is, in fact, Oberon. Okay, Mike, since you're here, you can explain to me, what the fuck is his purpose? Like, from a gameplay perspective. Like, all I know about him is that he goes to sleep and he like that's kind of it. He does some stuff and then he goes to sleep and then he's kind of useless after that. So what is the meta supposed to be with how to use him? Hey, because he's like the only pretender right now. So like I feel like at some point I've got to make him work, but I just don't like using him. If it's still active, then we'll at least know she's alive, even if we don't know where she is. How about it? Can you check on that for us? Oh. The connection's still active. She's alive. What a relief. Great. Then we shall have to do now. Then all we have to do now is find her. Provide 70% charge with help tons of servants with buster looping. Third skill is for giga buffing to kill the last wave. So the sleep isn't impactful. Is that so? Okay, so is he a looper then? Is that his whole deal? He's just supposed to be a farmer, a farming support or something then? Okay, I guess that makes sense. So he's not someone you actually want to use like from a end game perspective. And Leonardo's a servant too, right? Then I'm sure she's still alive and kicking too. Fortunately, the fairies here can't tell the difference between their fellow fae folk and servants. So as long as they're not human, they shouldn't be in too much danger, so let's just stay calm and trust them to handle themselves. Effectively. Okay, I see. I get it now. Next, Altria. Is there something you'd like to say to me? No. Not right now, anyway. Honestly, I'm still trying to wrap my head around everything. I just heard about Chaldia, proper human history, the Lost Belts, and so on. Although, getting back to servants, heroic spirits? Is that like a human turning into a fairy after they die? And you said both you and Tristan are servants yourselves? You can use him for damage, but his MP gives invulnerability to the enemies and puts them to sleep after, so you need a stall turn. Yeah, that's the other thing I remember. Yeah, he gives all the enemies invincibility. That's kind of cringe. That's right. If you want to know more about heroic spirits and servants, I'm sure Relly there will be happy to fill you in on the way. Between a resident of this lost belt like you and a master from proper human history who's a guest in this world, you two should be able to catch each other up on almost everything. On the way, you said. Does that mean you have a destination in mind, Oberon? I do indeed. When you're trying to track someone down, a big city is your best bet. Besides, you and Relly both need to get used to the way things work here in Fairy Britain. So, on our next stop is Salsbury, the biggest city in the south. There, we'll find food, clothing, shelter, everything we need, really. A Fastion works well if you need Pretenders DPS, and we have a Pretender coming up this summer. Aha! Good stuff. There we go. So during the coming up this summer? Right, summer usually happens in August? Late July, early August? I think that's when it happens. I guess it's gonna be a waifu, so good stuff. It's just about a full day's walk from here. I know you've been up all night, but do you think you could make the trek? We don't have time to sit around and rest. It's Lady Avalon, aka Woman Merlin. Ooh. Damn. Wow, okay, so they're... Well, I was about to say, so now they're even Rule 63ing the characters that they already have. But they already did that with the rest of Avalon, so it's... We have a precedent set. But, Rule 63 Merlin... I bet he's hot. Good answer. You've definitely got spirit, but you're also tempering it with a healthy dose of cool-headedness. I like that. Salsbury, huh? What should I do?
It might be kind of dangerous to go back now. But I also can't leave Relly to fend for himself.
We also get Ibuki Doji Summer in a cheerleader sexy outfit, and Summer Scotty bringing Quick back into the meta. Really? Summer Scott. I think I've seen Summer Scotty in certain pieces of media. Woman Merlin is canon with male Artoria. Oh. I guess they would have to do that, I suppose. In the Proto series. Yes.
Plus, I don't care what this Oberon guy says. He really seems a lot like Merlin. Would it be okay if I came along too, Relly? I know I mistakenly went by Mash's name for a while there, but I want to know more about you and about, oh, right, a proper human history. Yeah. I completely forgot you weren't already part of the team. I just assumed you'd be coming with us. Right, of course not. Oh gosh, what am I even saying? Of course you wouldn't want a country bumpkin like me tagging along. Huh?
Oh, I'm holding her hand again. Wow. Censor it. No, don't look, YouTube. Don't look at this filthy degeneracy.
You're shaking my hand again. Does that mean it's okay?
Of course, I'm glad to have you with us, Altria. Okay, it's over. All right. I have protected your delicate virgin eyeballs. You're welcome. She's in.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Ah, yes. Now that's a lovely friendship. I was definitely on pins and needles back in Cornwall, but it seems not interfering was the right choice after all. In theatrical terms, I believe this is the part where we say, now that the actors are in place, the real story can begin. Cardia alone won't be enough. The child of prophecy alone won't get there in time. So we'll need both to defeat the mighty Morgan. The mighty Morgan. Hello, Chateau Higa. I appreciate you stopping in. Hope your night's treating you well. My name's Relikai, a random person who's playing video games on the internet. Feel free to stick around, chat, or lurk if that's more your speed, and I hope you enjoy yourself for the time you decide to hang out. The real story, indeedly do. All right, so now I can finally start bringing in other servants. Hurrah! All right, so we need a. God, they're not called Voyagers. I'm thinking of Voyager because he's this thing. Foreigner, that's right. Okay, so I have my own Foreigner, so we're just gonna grab someone else's Castoria. You know what? Wolfang's here seems to be story accurate Castoria, so let's go ahead and grab his. Going with the first Ascension. That is a choice. Then again, I've seen Berserker Castoria, and her first Ascension is definitely the best one to go with. Oh my god! Look! It's regular ass MASH! No more Ortonax! Oh my god, it's happening! Yes! 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 Thank you! Oh my god! Oh, it's so close. Oh, look at this! Wall of snowflakes! Wall of chalk! Rousing resolution! Oh, the good skills are finally back! Holy shit! Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy right now. I can finally use not shitty MASH again. Oh. I don't even remember how to use her anymore. It's been like so long. I'm gonna cry. Okay, well, you know what? It's you know what? Fuck it. We might as well. All right, I'm moving her up here. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And then I'm gonna grab should I just grab Yang? I feel like I probably want an AoE foreigner, actually. So let's go with Hokusai. Yes, sir. All right, let's go. Oh my god. This is gonna be amazing. Fairies. Ah, the prophecy was true. That girl is our star of hope. She will be our salvation. She will be our path to forgiveness. She's our savior who drifted to our shores with a ship full of treasure. She's the one who will hear the voice of paradise and chant the promised name. Ah, dear Altria. May you grow to the age of 16 healthy and strong. May the Queen's soldiers never find you. So wait, she's supposed to be 16? Oh boy. One day you will go on a journey to ring the 6 bells and save all of Britain. A journey to welcome our true king. Gloucester, Salsbury, Oxford, Norwich, Orkney. We may not know where the 6th bell is, but we are confident you'll find it. The staff of selection has chosen you. You are Fairy Britain's only hope. Now go on. Hurry. Hurry, 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 hurry! Hurry and greet your 16th birthday! We have complete faith in you! Jeez. God, this could be the start of another Dojin.
The village is done for. The executioner squad's here. Hold your head high. Grip your staff tight. Now is the time to begin your journey, Altria. Remember, no matter what anyone says, you are unquestionably the child of prophecy. You're the spitting image of her.
Of her. She thinks she's her. And she probably is.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm so weak. I'm sorry I can't live up to your expectations. I'll do my best. I promise. As much as I can.
Smack, smack. Are you sleeping already, Altria? Hey, I get it. There aren't many things cozier than a campfire.
Huh? Oh no, was I asleep? I just remembered Tristan playing his harp and then... Ah, how this saddens me. I was merely trying to soothe your exhaustion. But I cannot help but notice you don't seem to care for my music, my liege. I mean, maid Altria. I'm sorry. I'm just not used to hearing music. But it really did help me fall asleep peacefully. I'd love it if you played again when it's bedtime.
Ouch. You wound me, maid Altria. No bard wants to be told his music puts people to sleep. Hey, you can't blame her. We've been walking non-stop nearly all day. We're all exhausted. That's why we're camping out here tonight before making our way to Salsbury tomorrow morning. Altria, you can put up a bounded field to keep wild animals away, right? I hate to ask since I know you're sleepy, but would you mind?
Oh, yes, of course. Okay, I'll be back soon.
Now then, I know we told Altria that proper human history is like a parallel world to Britain, but of course that's not the whole truth, is it? The truth is proper human history is the rightful historical timeline, and it's fundamentally incompatible with this world of fairy Britain. As Chaldea, you have to erase the lost belts to ensure humanity's future. And now you're trying to come up with a way to tell Altria this without hurting her too badly. I know it's wrong to hide it, bro, but... I see. I suppose you have betrayed the people of 5 lost belts already. Damn. I usually pride myself on being an excellent conversationalist, but even I'm having trouble coming up with the right words to heal the wounds in your heart. So for now, the best I can do is offer some words of consolation. It's okay, really. This lost belt won't fall by your hand. Remember, it's falling apart on its own. If anything, I'd say you're doing it a favor. A favor, you say? Yes, indeed. Human history simply could not ever prosper in this version of Britain. It's a flawed world that was always destined for destruction. History took a dreadfully wrong turn here. The only problem is that it's threatening to take proper human history down with it when it all goes to pot. That's why guys like us from proper human history have to do whatever we can to save it. And that means defeating the ones who's been ruling it from on high for 2,000 years. High Queen Morgan. Hold on. Did you say Morgan? As in that Morgan? Yup, that Morgan. The same one who proved to be King Arthur's ultimate Achilles heel in proper human history, even after he united all of Britain. The extraordinary witch who lured King Arthur into countless traps so she could take Camelot for herself. And the mother of Mordred, the treacherous knight, the child of King Arthur who proved to be his downfall. Yes, let's not forget about the fact that Morgan, like, gave Altria a penis so that she could get her preggers with Mordred. It's I blame Merlin, as everyone should. She's the one who ultimately destroyed Britain, and here she's Fairy Britain's ruler, and she will bring it all to ruin. Let's see, I think you Chaldeans would probably refer to her as this Lost Belt's king. King Arthur's arch enemy here in this Lost Belt. Anyway, based on everything you've told me, it sounds like Morgan's behind the outside world abnormality. So, as long as you can defeat her, that should end the threat to proper human history. After that, you can just leave this place to its fate. Whether it falls apart or pulls itself back together, you won't need to feel bad about it. Look over there. What was it? What was it a Lost Belt needs to survive again? A tree of emptiness? Well, I'm guessing that world tree, the giant ash over there beyond the sea, is it. And as you can see, it's been dead for a long time. So this Lost Belt definitely hasn't got long left. So it's been dead for a long time. Was it ever on fire at any point? Oh yeah, now that you mention it, it was. It went up in flames not too long ago, then died out again just as quickly as it started. I wonder what that was all about. Anyway, I think that's enough talk for tonight. Don't want to overdo the info dump. What? FGO? Reining in the info dump? Well, I never. So even if you don't remember anything else we talked about tonight, at least remember this. Defeat High Queen Morgan, ruler of Fairy Britain. Nice and simple, right? As for the rest, I'll tell you once we reach Salsbury. Once you see a face city for yourself, I think you'll have a much better handle on what life in Britain is like. Whoops, sorry to interrupt, but we've got monsters. Get ready to fight, Relly. I'm so sorry. I accidentally skipped a couple steps when I was making the bounded field, and I ended up summoning a pack of wild birds by mistake. Could you help me out, please? I never thought the day would come when my liege would beg me for help. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting she's not the King Arthur I knew. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Here she's not. I'm still glad to have her around. Me too. It's such an honor that it actually makes me feel sorry for the other knights of the Round Table. Here they come. Be careful, Relly. Britain's beasts are not to be trifled with. Oh, they are not to be trifled with. Don't allow it to happen. No, sir. No, sirree, Bob. I hate the scratchiness in my voice. Fucking A, bro. Oh my god, there she is, look! Oh my god, yay! Okay, alright. We're gonna do this. And then we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna do this! Yeah, boy! Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good. And we're gonna do this. Alright, and then we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna do this. Alright, and then we're gonna do this. And then we're gonna do this, and then this, and then this. Alright, Hokusai, baby girl, give it to us. Time to get artsy. Ooh. There we go. Get the fuck out of here. Alright, alright, alright. Alright, let's see here. So we'll do that, and then that, and then... Oh, hold up. Let's go back here.
もちろん
There we go.
はいえい
Boom, boom! Yes! Yes! I'm just so happy seeing good mash back on my screen again in a story mission. Yay! Okay, we're gonna come up here and we're gonna do a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
てんでい神妙ならん日の本一よ
That's right. Oof. Okay. Let's see here. Do this real quick, just for shits and giggles. And then, let's also do this.
ステータスアップこれで耐えます
And then, boom.
倒れません
Okay. And we'll do that, and then that, and then that.
ここでまっすぐてんでい
Woo! That's right. Get fucked. Okay, and just for the hell of it, oh god dang it. Okay, we're gonna do Lord Camelot because yes.
念には及ばず私は最悪
Let me see it again.
それは全ての傷
Yes.
全ての怨恨を癒す
Yes.
権限せよロー
Yes.
キャメロット
No more glitching. No more glitching castles. It's the real deal.
That's right. Look at that damage cut. And then she's already got her first skill on
ステータスアップ
back up. There we go. Yes. So now my stall teams don't have to suck anymore.
虐待もないふんぐるいふんぐるいオンそじりしたそうかうがふなぐるふたぐ
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
36系神奈川2階浦須サミ
Yeah.
ここでまっすぐ二軍二軍
That was awesome. I loved every moment of that. Yes. Okay. All right. Silly, clumsy Altria. It's weird. I feel like I know that Altria is supposed to be the way it's actually pronounced, but because literally no one pronounces it as Altria, I only ever hear people saying Artoria, which again does sound more like it would be a pseudo female equivalent to Arthur. But I mean, hey, the Japanese just straight up said it's pronounced Altria, and essentially all of us pronouncing it as Artoria is kind of like us mocking their English pronunciation of her name, because they can't, they're not great with L's, so they're like, oh, Artoria, and we're just like circling around them, pointing, laughing, going Artoria, Artoria, Artoria. So, you know what? We're gonna call her Altria. We're going through it. We're going through the arc, and we're going to recondition ourselves here. Altria, yes. I'm still gonna call Summer Altria and Castor Altria Castoria and Squirtoria, but all the other ones, I'm just gonna say Altria. Yay, we won! No, we trounced them! Man, that feels good! Ah, this makes me happy. That was the first battle I've won handily since being summoned. Haven't had much luck with combat since we got here. Are you actually pretty competitive? Oh no, it's nothing really. I'm just glad I was able to contribute. I see. So you're already strong enough to handle a murder of night crows without much trouble, hmm? Oh, that reminds me. a coworker and I went and looked up a bunch of these different group names for different animals, because like we've got murder of crows, there's a pride of lions, and I think there was there's like a gaggle of geese and all that sort of stuff. So we looked up to see if there's other weird names for other groupings of certain specific types of animals, and there was, I don't know if any of these are real, but my headcanon is that they are real now. One of them is a blessing of narwhals, and then another one is a crash of rhinos, which to me sound like really great names for two very distinct types of bands. A blessing of rhinos sounds like an bohemian avant-garde, bohemian pop avant-garde trio, and Crash of Rhinos sounds like a prog metal outfit featuring two multi-instrumentalists who each play like 3 different instruments. And yeah, I just wanted to mention that real quick. Was there a different one? Murder of Crows? I can't remember. Let's just move on. Very nice. That's even better than I was expecting. Tristan, your bow may not be particularly strong, but its range is exceptional. You're clearly well suited for battles against large groups. With you on our side, I bet we could win no matter how outnumbered we may be. And as for you, Altria, you're much more of a wild card than you look. Is that strange tool of yours handmade? A rare weapon like that will be very effective against an opponent who's never seen it before, especially as a distraction. And above all, your summons were fascinating, really. Temporarily summoning heroic spirits to aid in battle, huh? I had no idea it was such a flexible and powerful way to fight. Human magecraft doesn't tend to work very well against fairies, but summoning heroic spirits is definitely an exception. The only problem with it is how long you can last, given the incredible demands on your stamina, magical energy, and sheer luck. Plus, it seems like the longer the battle lasts, the more of a toll it takes on you. But as long as you're careful about that, you should be able to handle anyone, fairy or not.
Wait a moment. Human magecraft? You can use magecraft, really?
Just barely, thanks to my mystic code, but yarp. Also, where's Da Vinci? We saw what happened to, we have Tristan with us. We know what happened with, Mash. Where's Da Vinci? What happened to our baby girl?
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I was just a little taken aback. You see, magecraft isn't really used much in Britain. Basically, fairies perform sacraments without any help from basic magecraft spells or mystic codes. So magecraft is considered unnecessary at best and, only practiced by weirdos at worst.
That's me. Certified weirdo.
In fact, to be totally blunt, if you tell people you use magecraft here, they tend to look at you all funny and ask why you'd go to all that trouble.
I see. You do have a point. Fairies simply have no need of magecraft. And since this Britain is a land dominated by fairies, that would mean magecraft is effectively worthless here.
So why do you use it then, Altria? You some kind of degenerate weirdo?
Oh man, after everything I just said, you really went there, Relly?
Now, it was an honest question, Altria. You know he didn't mean anything by it, right? Anyway, you don't have to answer if you'd rather not. As for you, Relly, I suggest you'd wait for a better time before bringing this up again. Anyway, I think we might have gotten distracted from our main purpose. Oh, what? So I'm not going to get an answer then? I see how it is. Fine then. Now that we've got this nice camp set up, we should use it to get a good night's rest. I'm sure there's more you'd like to know about Relly, Altria, but why don't we save that for tomorrow? Fortunately, there are none of the Queen's soldiers, no Moors, and no rebel army around here. And once we wake up in the morning, it's only another hour's walk to Salsbury, where we'll be able to have a much more in-depth conversation. After all, if you're going to have a fun discussion, you should save it for a nice and relaxing place, right? Mm-hmm. Wink. Sheesh. Alrighty. You know, it feels like we're making decent headway in the story. I mean, maybe we're not. I mean, we're only on section 2, but it feels like we've covered a lot of ground. All right, let's continue on. No battles again, so just gonna yappity yap yap. Oh ho ho ho. Or should I say, oh ho ho ho, oh ho 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 yo. And that's the gist of the world's history up until 2017. What? We told her all of world history up to 2017? What the fuck? Okay, if you say so.
Wow, so other worlds really do exist.
England, Scotland, Ireland. I'll be going there in February.
And you said there are other countries beyond the Isle too? Like, France and Italy? I can't even imagine so many different countries and cultures and people. It sounds like you come from a really wonderful world. Britain without the fairies, huh? That sounds like a nice change of pace.
Well, from where Relly is sitting, I'd imagine he finds this Britain full of fairies to be quite the change of pace. I do have, to correct you on one thing, though. It's not that there aren't any fairies at all in proper human history where Relly comes from. While mystics have definitely faded since the AD era began, fairies are still around. Though, of course, there are far fewer of them, and they don't reveal themselves to humans much. Heck, I'm a fairy heroic spirit myself. Come to think of it, Oberon, aren't you from A Midsummer Night's Dream, right? Written by William Shakespeare, England's greatest playwright. It may well be one of the most famous stories about fairies. It's basically about a love, square between humans. But two of the most important characters are Oberon, the king of the fairies, and his queen, Titania. Ah, I remember Titania from the Persona games. She's pretty. In the story, Oberon wants Titania to give him one of her pages, so he hatches a plan involving a potion that will cause the drinker to fall in love with the first living thing they see upon awakening. But two humans end up taking it by mistake, causing them to forget about the person they love and mistakenly believing they're fated to be with someone else. Well, without going into too much detail, it all wraps up nicely in the end. It's the sort of comedy of errors focused on love and miscommunication you see everywhere. But unfortunately for me, it became so popular that it kept being retold for generations. Thanks to that, the word fairy is now synonymous with mischievous Puck and narrow-minded King Oberon. So at least in one sense, I might be the most famous fairy in the world. If you've never read it before, you should give it a shot once you get back to Galdia. It doesn't paint the most flattering picture of me, unfortunately, but never mind that. And just to be clear, I swear I wasn't trying to make trouble, okay? I'm just a plot device, really. Only there to get the romantic hijinks rolling.
So then does that mean you're a fictional character, Oberon?
I've never read A Midsummer Night's Dream. I mostly read all of the Shakespeare tragedies. That's all school wants you to know. I've read King Lear, read Hamlet, read Romeo and Juliet, read Julius Caesar, read Othello, and read Macbeth. Yeah, that's the extent of my Shakespeare reading. Didn't read A Midsummer Night's Dream. I think The Merchant and the Shrew, was that a Shakespeare play? I can't remember. But yeah, I haven't read any of his comedies, though I know Shakespeare could be a little rascally, a little motherfucker with his comedic writings.
Is it even possible for someone as vaguely defined as that to become a servant?
Oh, you don't know the half of it, girly.
No, it isn't. While Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream is indeed how he is best known, legends of Oberon the Fairy King have existed in Europe since ancient times.
Perhaps most notably, there's a poem about him from the 15th century, well before Shakespeare's time. Listen, one of our heroic spirits is literally just the concept of fairy tales. Tristan, don't try and pretend like the outlines need to be very well defined here. Where he is described as a king of fairies who can use magic to make any wish come true. Really? I didn't know about that one. The point is, the character was inspired by an existing model, and that model must have become the base for my servant form. Which came first? Who knows? Just another version of the chicken and egg problem. What about Titania, then? Oh, she's all Shakespeare. There are no legends in fairy history of anyone by that name. The name Titania probably came from the Titans of Greek mythology. The Oberon in A Midsummer Night's Dream is pretty self-centered after all. You could never find a lady who would tolerate him, so Shakespeare had to make one up. But I digress. Sorry for wasting our time. Salsbury is just up ahead. Don't worry about the guards, I'll handle them. All you three have to do is stay quiet. It's okay. My face is basically a free pass into the city. Alright, one more thing. Do not tell them your names. If they ask, you can't avoid answering, make something up. We don't need anyone else finding out that you're human, and you never know who might be listening. Hold on, isn't it dangerous to lie to fairies? I've heard their eyes can see through falsehoods. If so, shouldn't we try to avoid lying wherever possible? Oh, don't worry. The fairies here don't have powers like that. I don't know if they lost them thanks to all this prosperity, or if they threw them away in order to be prosperous, but either way, they definitely can't tell truth from lies anymore. The only way you can tell if you're dealing with a good person or not is when everything's said and done. How else could someone as evil as Morgan have stayed at the top of this world for so long? Yeah, I see. Ooh, again, bro, these images cannot hold up to zooming in. Please, either make them higher res or just don't zoom in on them. Let's see. So this is Salsbury. Ooh. Ah, how this gladdens me. The air here is very different from Cornwall. There may be fairies everywhere we turn here too, but I don't sense anything dangerous about them. They all seem happy and full of good cheer. Is there some sort of festival taking place today or something? No, this is just life in Salsbury. It's the only free city in all of Britain. There are about 200,000 people living in Salsbury. Some are wind, earth, and fang fairies. Some are fairies who emerge spontaneously from nature, and some are even independent humans. Independent humans, you say? Humans who have won their freedom and now belong to no one but Britain itself. I was hoping to tell you about that aspect of life here once things had settled down, but I guess it was bound to come up sooner or later. And since the great cathedral is here too, this seems as good a place as any to get into it. You Chaldeans may have thought there were no humans in this lost belt, but strictly speaking, that's not true. Humans do exist here, they're just not at the top of the hierarchy. Here, they're used as tools to enrich fairy society. In proper human history terms, they're essentially slaves. Didn't you think there was something strange about this city? It's wrong, twisted, unseemly. You're right, it's more like a human city than a fairy one. Exactly. Fairies are supposed to live in harmony with nature. Even when they form communities, it's always forest children and stone children gathering under the same great mother. They were always just the divided spirits of the planet who never possessed a culture of their own. But as you can see, Fairy Britain has become a place where fairies imitate human society. For about 14,000 years, fairies here have raised humans like cattle. In that time, they used humans' innate creativity as entertainment, which in turn allowed them to flourish. Fairies live long lives and they require no sustenance whatsoever. Since there's nothing they can't do, they never change and they never try anything new. In contrast, humans have countless weaknesses. They live short lives, their injuries don't heal, they need food to survive, and they can easily be killed by wild beasts. So naturally, humans came up with all sorts of things that would allow them to survive and flourish, in spite of all those weaknesses. I'm guessing the fairies found that kind of human thinking to be absolutely fascinating. It was like finding a shiny new toy. Honestly, this is kind of how a lot of Westerners feel about Japanese people. I've noticed more and more that, like, Westerners kind of infantilize. They simultaneously infantilize and also, like, put on a pedestal Japanese people and Japanese culture. And they kind of mold them into whatever they want them to be. There's lots of political motivations by certain sects of people to think that Japan is some sort of utopia, like Japanese society is some sort of utopia for their particular way of thinking because, you know, Japan has historically been quite traditional. But the fact of the matter is that most of Japanese people, particularly people who are younger than 50 years old, they're actually they actually don't align with those types of people. But those types of people, again, they both evangelize the Japanese society and try to infantilize it to almost thinking of them as being like babies who can't think for themselves, or they see Japanese people doing this, that, or the other, and they think to themselves, "Oh my God, such a precious little bean," and all that sort of stuff. It's a super fascinating, but also very weird, just kind of thing. And I could literally probably spend an entire stream talking about this particular social dynamic, but obviously we don't have a whole stream at this moment to get into all that, so we're just gonna continue and move on. So they began keeping humans as livestock, followed by superficially copying their culture with cities like this one. They completely ignored the substance behind human agriculture, architecture, and other various fields of study, instead only imitating it at the most basic superficial level. Yeah, these fucking fairies are human weebs. Anything they couldn't copy manually, they fudged with magical energy. That cathedral there is the worst offender. Fairies have no gods and no religion. There was no actual point to making the cathedral. They just thought it was fun. That's Fairy Britain's culture, and it's how they treat humans. So they just kind of copied human culture. They just ripped off human culture. Well, yes, I guess you could put it that way. Still, as a fairy myself, I can understand how things got to this point. While they definitely took it too far, it makes sense they'd get like this in a world where humans are endangered. Both in proper human history and in this Lost Belt, humans are fairies' favorite source of luxury entertainment. This land came to be known as Fairy Britain when fairies began regulating humans at a societal level. It's also the key political policy of High Queen Morgan, your enemy. Huh? You guys are going to fight Morgan? Yep. Or at least that's the current plan. Isn't that right, Relly? Still don't have a good handle on the situation here, but I do know we need to meet her. But first, we need to find my other two companions. Yes. Oh, right, we do, don't we? First things first and all that. Why don't we start with the pub? There's always people coming and going in pubs, and some of them may know something useful. Why'd you stop? Is something wrong? Really, you've helped me out a lot, and I really do appreciate it, but what should I do? If he's going to fight High Queen Morgan, it'd only complicate things if I stuck around. I wanted to stay with him until he found Mash, but maybe it would be better to go our separate ways here. So that's how it is. Ahem. By the way, Altria, do you know what they do to humans in this city when they catch without their owners? They're captured as ranch escapees and sent up to New Darlington. New Darlington? As in Darlington, the National Slaughterhouse Theater? National Slaughterhouse, say what? That's horrible! But wait, isn't Salsbury supposed to be a free city? The head of the Wind Clan runs this place, right? Surely they wouldn't do anything so horrid. Not necessarily. Not even the head of the Wind Clan can defy the High Queen. So it would definitely be to our advantage to have as many trusted collaborators with us as we can. Rayleigh still doesn't know right from left here, and on top of that, he's human. Without an owner to watch over him, it'll just be the Nameless Woods all over again. I did do it myself, but since I'm obviously noble, even royal, it would strain credulity if I tried to claim a human of unknown origins as one of my attendants. But you, on the other hand, would be a perfect fit for Rayleigh. And don't worry, I'm not asking you to stay with him forever, just while we're in Salsbury. You'd prefer that over being alone too, right, Rayleigh? I guess you're right. Being alone in Britain these days would make you more likely to attract suspicion from the authorities. But what about Tristan? Couldn't he pretend to be Rayleigh's owner? He probably could, but Tristan knows just as little about Fairy Britain as Rayleigh. It wouldn't take much questioning from one of the clan guards to expose the facade. I wouldn't go that route unless we had no other choice.
But if I have a human attendant, that would mean I'd have to be an upper-class fairy.
She's so flustered.
Which would also make me Rayleigh's owner, and...
It would just be pretend. Or were you actually hoping to make him your pet?
No, I couldn't. Pretend is fine. I'm still much too young for that.
Oh my goodness, girl. What? You're getting a little rosy in the cheeks. What is all of this about pets? I'll tell you right now. I'm not crony, so I'm not gonna be as susceptible to whatever's going on here. Great, then it's settled. Rayleigh, Altria, I'm going to be your owner for a while. It'll be the safest way to travel here. Think you can play along? It's a fucking face. Bro, thanks for doing this, Altria. Don't worry, I actually have some acting experience.
Okay, if you're sure you want me for this, then I'll do it. Besides, we've come this far together, so I certainly don't mind traveling together a little more. In fact, looking on the bright side, this is actually making one of my childhood dreams come true.
Oh, what dream would that be?
The same dream every fairy who grows up in the country has, joining the ranks of upper-class city folk.
And Oberon's just like, I'm just going to let that go.
Ooh, I like the interior of this place, especially the little planters up top.
Hey there, my good Salsburians. How are you all this fine day? That's right, it is I, Oberon, the fairy king of the autumn woods, the missionary of peace, flowers, and fairy tales, here to grace you with my boisterous presence. Hey, Oberon, glad to see you're doing well. Nice to have you back in Salsbury again. Just make sure you don't put anything on your tab today, you hear?
Oberon, I knew coming today to drink was a good idea. Oi, when you paying me back the money I lent you?
I still have to thank you for your help the other day, Oberon. Your advice really got the trees in my backyard to settle down. I am still waiting for you to pay me back, though. Lovely Oberon, you have some time to spare, right? You simply must attend our tea party today. I am still waiting for you to pay me back, though.
There's the poor little prince with the 10,000-year tab. Don't worry, I'll cover this round. I am still waiting for you to pay me back, though.
Ha 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 ha! Will you all cut that out? Stop pointing out how popular I am. I'm here with some important friends today. Save the money talk for another time, all right? Ha 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 ha! We know. Don't worry, we're all just joking. You've enriched our lives way more than the Queen's banknotes ever could. We're happy to treat you. They're literally all saying this in unison. This is scary. You're in debt, Oberon?
So you're poor, even though you call yourself a king?
Well, yes, my financials are a little lean just now. Bluntly, I'm flat broke. But what do you expect? When I was summoned to Fairy Britain, all I had on me was this cloak. I woke up in a forest piled high with dead leaves with literally nothing to my name. Usually in a situation like that, I'd be too bummed to do anything but wait for help from proper human history. But since I arrived first, I knew there were things I needed to take care of. Fairies thrive on what they find interesting, so I went around putting on shows in the various cities here. I sang songs, riled up crowds, told fairy tales, entertained housewives, and livened up the night. Entertained housewives. What's that mean? What's that mean, Oberon, my boy? Are you just going around just cucking all of Salsbury? What's happening here, boy? What's happening here? Over time, the people of Britain came to know me as the regal fairy king of a fief nobody's heard of. Well, at least in the major cities, anyway. Oh, so you didn't know about you because I didn't know about you because I'm from the countryside. Sorry about that. I'll try to branch out more from now on. Still, this was a hard-fought battle in its own right. Can you imagine what it was like for me to have to act like nobility without any actual capital? I can recall a few dozen times I lied about my station so I could sing love songs to a beautiful woman I met at a tavern. And indeed, there is nothing quite so tense as that. As a fellow poet, Oberon, I have the greatest respect for what you've accomplished here. Tristan, don't encourage him. What are you doing? I don't suppose you'd be willing to give me a few in-depth lessons on how to roll fairy style, would you? Roll fairy style? Don't worry, my good chap. By the end of the night, you'll be rolling fairy style like it's nobody's business. If you'd really like to learn from me, I'd be glad to teach you what I know. Besides, with your music backing me up, I bet I'd be able to expand my clientele even more. Now I see. You're both scoundrels who can't be trusted around women. Anyway, where should we sit, Oberon? My favorite table is the round one in the back, on the raised floor. It's harder for other customers to see you there, and it gives you a full view of the whole pub. Now, how about we start with a toast of fruit water? Excuse me, cutie, are you a new server here? Let the owner know we'll be using the table in the back, okay? Oh, and we'd also like to order 4 apple waters. It's Da Vinci! Look, it's our girl. She's here, and she's a waitress. Not a maid, I guess. All right, then. You got it. I'll have them ready in just a moment. Huh? Oh, and also, yeah, the table in the back, yeah, that definitely looks like the best spot. You get the fireplace all to yourself, too. Huh? Da Vinci? Whoa, no way! Really? It's really you! She's just like, huh? What's going on here? Alrighty. Hey, and we rolled over, and we didn't have a BlueStacks moment. How incredible. Receive all that shit. Woo! I got me a lantern. And then, oh, sure, why not? Okay, one more. We can close out the stream by finishing off this section here. Oh man, you'll never believe what happened to me. So after we got separated in the fog, I let my instincts lead me, and that brought me right back to the beach. Luckily, that beach was far enough away from the foggy woods that I was able to follow the coastline east. Eventually, I caught sight of Salsbury here and figured I ought to be able to learn more in a populated city. Then, when I got here, an angel far too good for this world just appeared on my pub's doorstep. She was very unsteady on her feet, but I could still see the fire in her deep blue eyes when she said, "What a lovely place. Would you let me work here for the rest of my life?" I never said that. What I said was I'm looking for my companions, but first, could I have a glass of water? Remember? Oh, man. Poor Da Vinci. Well, if you ever change your mind, you just let me know. You're welcome to work here forever. Ew. No, Da Vinci, don't. Don't work here forever. No, you don't need to. Oh man, you can tell this man is bad news because he's got the fucking sad, ugly bastard face. No. Yes, I heard you the first 100 times, Mike. Now back behind the counter. I'll teach you to make cocktails later, Mike. What? Excuse me? Mike, my guy, I didn't know you were actually in the game. I can't believe it. Why you got the sad, ugly bastard face, Mike? Holy shit, man. I can't believe it. Mike face reveal here on my stream. Da Vinci, my perfect angel. Oh, dear God. Anyway, that's my story. I'm glad you're okay, Relly. You too, Tristan. Although, it looks like you still haven't found Mash yet. I see. You must be the other servant Relly told us about. It's an honor to meet a renowned genius like yourself, Leonardo da Vinci. Who are you? I'm guessing the fact that, you know my name means you're a servant from proper human history. I'm Oberon the Fairy King, though I guess here it's more of an aspirational title. It's nice to meet you, Da Vinci. I'm Altria Castor. I met Relly in the Nameless Woods. To make a long story short, I'm going around with Relly pretending to be his owner. Seriously? That's hilarious. Thanks, Altria. That must be a huge weight off Relly's shoulders. But hey, you're a British fairy too, right? You've probably got some idea of what it is we're doing here by now, but you're helping Relly, so does that mean you're good with it? Well, more or less. Honestly, I didn't really get even half of what Relly and Oberon told me, but I do know that Relly was telling the truth. I wouldn't feel right about abandoning someone in trouble when it's within my ability to help them, and honestly, it kind of seemed like fun. Gotcha. Then it should be okay to speak frankly here. So, how did you end up here, Relly? Uh-oh. She's gonna let it leak that, we're gonna destroy this lost belt. Wow, sounds like you guys had a hell of a time in that forest. I'm glad you made it out of there okay. Thanks for keeping him safe, Tristan. You too, Oberon, Altria. So we still don't know much about Britain. We have no idea where Mash is, but we do know that she's still alive and Oberon is flat broke. we do always need to take account of the fact that Oberon has literally zero money. Okay, now that we're all on the same page, we can figure out what to do next. You made the right call, Oberon. We shouldn't be wandering aimlessly around Britain right now. What we need to do is set up a base of operations here in Salsbury where we can gather information and tackle our problems one at a time. Our top priority right now is finding Mash, so we'll need to look for info on a girl wearing iron armor. While we do that, we should also learn about Britain and the lives of the fairies who live in it. Oh my god. Do you have a house here or something? Let's see. I sure do. This pub doubles as an inn. Oh god, we gotta live with Mike? Ah, shit. Well, technically, they just copied a man-made inn without knowing what it was for. So I taught Mike about inns and how to put all the extra rooms he's got here to use. And as a little reward for my services, I got to take three of the second floor rooms for myself. 3 of them? What are you supposed to do with the other 2? Oh god. We know what Mike is probably thinking though. I knew we'd eventually find each other and that we'd need a Chaldea frontline base when we did, so that's why I went ahead and made one. Wow, I'm impressed, Da Vinci. And I know Lancelot would be especially blown away by what you've done here. Huh? Is this Lancelot person also a young girl? This is great. I can already tell this Da Vinci friend of yours will be a huge help. Alright, since it seems you guys have things well in hand now, I think I'll take my leave. I've actually got a lot of other things I still have to do. You're going off on your own, Oberon. Yep, I'm going to see what I can find out about this MASH girl. Not to mention, we also need more information about Britain as a whole. Now that you Chaldeans have come here, things are definitely going to change. And since we still don't have many allies on our side yet, I want to make sure we know where things stand in every region. But we'll see you again soon, right? You're gonna come back with the milk, right? Of course, especially now that I know where I can find you all. Don't worry, the next time you see me, I'll have good news and milk. In the meantime, I suggest you all get acclimated to Britain sooner than later. Well, damn, he sure didn't waste any time. He's also owes everyone here money, so him wanting to leave quickly tracks. I'm glad he's on our side, but he definitely dances to the beat of his own drum, doesn't he? Indeed, and that colorful outfit of his speaks to me. Tristan, what? It's just like a, yes, he does. And his sense of fashion is impeccable, and I just want his clothing all over me. It tells me he is, without a doubt, the same kind of poet as me. Ah, how this gladdens me. So what should we do now? I could show you around Salsbury if you like. Thanks, but I think we should take the rest of the day off. You all walked a long way to get here after all. Please go ahead and make yourselves comfy in the rooms I mentioned. Relly, you take a room for yourself. Trista and I will share another. And Altria, you can use the other room I set aside for MASH. I knew I was right not settling for just 2 rooms. Oh, I also put up some magecraft barriers in the room, so we won't have to worry about being overheard. I recognize that Da Vinci wink. She didn't wink, but okay, even though she has a winking sprite. Really? I can have a whole room all to myself? For free? Hooray! I've always wanted my own room. I can't wait to get all comfy. Thank you, Da Vinci. Gosh, you, proper human history? Fairies are also generous. This is great. And now she's gone too. I know I didn't touch on this before, but she's pretty different from the Altria we know, isn't she? Yes, she is. From what I've seen so far, we should consider her an entirely separate person from King Arthur, Altria Pendragon, the King of Britain in proper human history. Yep. Which is one more thing I'd like to discuss up in our room, if you two don't mind taking this there. It's better if we discuss proper human history stuff just among ourselves. You really can't be too careful here. Oh boy. Alright, let's begin by sharing what we've learned, starting with this version of Britain. Do we have to? Like, we know all the things we know. We don't need to reiterate it. You probably got a sense of this yourselves on your way to Salsbury, but this Lost Belt is very different from all the others we've seen so far. It doesn't look at all like an alternate path human history could have taken, especially since humans aren't the dominant species here. As far as I can tell, this world consists almost entirely of fairies. In Russia, a huge cold snap made it impossible for the human species to survive as they were, so they were forced to adapt and evolve. In Scandinavia, the twilight of the gods, aka Ragnarok, happened during the Age of Gods, and both gods and people alike were in sharp decline afterwards. China was ruled by a single Zhenron, or true human, and became the sole nation state in the entire world. India was converging in on itself through endless cycles of reincarnation, only for the whole world instead of individual people. And in Greece, humankind was completely dominated by gods who never died out. While all of them were dead ends, they were still all human worlds. No matter how different they may have been from our timeline, they still all had human societies that suited their environments in the year 2019. But that's not the case here. This is very much not a human world. For one thing, there is no world outside of Britain. It's not like the other Lost Belts where we just couldn't see the outside world thanks to the storm walls. There's just nothing in this world at all besides Britain. No other continents, and definitely no other nations. So as long as we're here, the whole planet consists of nothing but the Isle of Britain and the sea. And that means it's basically another world with no relation to human history. God, just think about that. Think about the whole planet, but there's no land on it except for the UK. except for Britain, the Isle of Britain. That would be so weird.
Yep, given what we know now, that's the only way to describe it. Over the last few days, I've been asking various fairies about what things are like between Britain and other countries, but the very idea of other countries was alien to them. So that tells me there must be some strange circumstance that caused this place to become Fairy Britain. Figuring out what that is will be the key to unraveling this lost belt.
Hold on. If there aren't any other European countries here, does that mean every fairy in this land comes solely from the Isle of Britain?
That's a great question, Tristan. If there are no other lands in this world, it follows that no fairy legends from those places would be imported here. But luckily, there's still a little thing called human history convergence. What that means is that as long as a fairy once existed on Earth, their existence will remain even if their form and history are different. So even in this Fairy Britain, we have fairies from various European legends showing up in different forms. Basically, the ecosystems are similar, even if the environments aren't. Since this is still the same planet Earth, there are inevitably going to be similar life forms, civilizations, and large-scale events.
Similar life forms, huh?
Yep, Fairy Britain may be nothing like the Britain we know, but despite that, the two Britons have a surprising number of things in common. Things like city names, fairy names, even the name of this world's queen. Remember that huge castle to the north you saw on the way here? It belongs to High Queen Morgan, the ruler of Fairy Britain. And it probably won't surprise you to learn that its name is Camelot. That's right, here the same castle that symbolized British peace and proper human history, that was home to King Arthur and to the Knights of the Round Table, belongs to Morgan, the strongest, most despised witch in British history, and the one who directly was responsible for King Arthur's death and Britain's downfall.
Yep, we know this information already. Morgan the witch, huh?
Yep, as far as I've been able to find out, Morgan's ruled Fairy Britain for almost 2,000 years. There are 6 different fairy clans here. Yes, I know. They waged war with each other constantly for thousands of years, until Morgan used evil magecraft to defeat them, subjugated half the clans through force, and united all of Britain. Afterwards, she gave the humans of this world a limited degree of freedom, made them build a foundation for civilization, and develop this imitation society over the course of the last 2,000 years.
Morgan. So even in this lost belt, she's still trying to. But no, I suppose I shouldn't say that. I'm sure this Morgan is a different person from the one we know. So what exactly is her reign like? Since she calls her castle Camelot, does that mean it's fair and just, in a way King Arthur would be proud of?
No, it's pretty horrible. She has strict limits on the number of humans that can be born each year, and she rules the fairies with an iron fist. Every fairy that lives in an urban area is inscribed with Morgan's curse, command spells, as part of their civic duty. And every year, fairies inscribed with these command spells are forced to donate some of their vitality, magical energy essentially. They call it the existence tax. Yes! Just like how we will eventually have placed on us someday in the future. There will be an existence tax at some point. I mean, essentially, that's what homeless people pay. Like, homeless people, they don't have anywhere to go, but, you know, they have to sleep somewhere, and they have to exist somewhere, but people hate them for, you know, existing. So yeah, they essentially pay an existence tax. And any fairies who can't pay it, essentially who can't provide enough magical energy to satisfy Morgan, are killed right then and there. Apparently, when she first took the throne, Morgan told the fairies, "I offer neither absolution nor salvation. I demand only that you obey without question or hesitation. Show me your fealty in word and action, and I shall keep Britain safe. Any fairies who can't handle this state of affairs and become unable to work are either taken into Camelot and dealt with there, or they escape the cities and run away to lands no one else knows about."
Annual existence tax. Yep, these are the homeless fairies, essentially. Such an oppressive regime is bound to spark opposition. But even so, Morgan has maintained her iron grip on Britain for 2,000 years.
Yep, which just goes to show how powerful she must be. She takes half the soul of every fairy in Britain each year, and there's still no fairies able or willing to stand up to her. That said, there are some positive sides to Morgan's reign. Remember those black things we found near the shore? The fairies call them Moors, and they're one of the calamities that have been plaguing Fairy Britain since its inception. Occasionally, fairies that lose their purpose or their spark end up turning into those Moor creatures. Moors are essentially the fairies' natural predators. Just touching one is enough to infect a fairy, ultimately transforming them into a Moors too. It's kind of like a disease that only affects fairies, and the Moors aren't the only calamity Britain has to regularly contend with. There are lots of others that pop up on a regular basis, and Morgan's, the High Queen's army, is constantly fending them off. Morgan may be a cold and ruthless ruler, but she's also the sword that keeps Britain safe. The fairies may fear and hate her, but they also depend on her. And that's the current state of Fairy Britain, and also every country in the world. Sounds like Morgan's definitely this Lost Belt's king then. Yep, that seems like a very safe assumption, which means she'd also have to be the one who used,
what was it called again? Rongonmiad. Yeah.
That spell was so powerful it reached Olympus from here. No one else could have cast it. Though, of course, that unfortunately also means Beryl Gut is involved with Morgan somehow. So I'd say that makes our chances of a peaceful negotiation with her basically nil.
I see. Then we have our own reasons for defeating her.
Yep, though we might have a hard time getting into Camelot since apparently no one can enter it without her permission. That said, even Morgan's reign isn't perfect. In fact, there's new hope going around Britain right now. As luck would have it, we showed up here at the exact right time, just as things are about to change.
What's this new hope? Is his name Luke Skywalker?
The Child of Prophecy.
Yes, it is Luke Skywalker.
Specifically, a child whose existence was prophesied by the head of the now extinct Mirror Clan right before they disappeared. From what I heard, it went something like this. 16 years from now, a savior shall appear. Guided by the staff of selection, the true king will take the throne. When the 6 bells ring out, the false queen will fall. Alongside Fae and humans, the savior will bring an end to this false history. So what do you think? Sounds vaguely familiar, right? It's got credibility out the wazoo too, since the Mirror Clan's prophecies have never once been wrong. The High Queen's been trying to prevent the inevitable by rounding up every fairy who turned 16 this year.
So it's essentially like Star Wars meets Kung Fu Panda 2. I can dig it.
But the fact that this Child of Prophecy hunt is still going on proves that she still hasn't caught them. Suffice to say, between the Moors and the Child of Light prophecy alone, the cracks are showing in the High Queen's reign. So if we play our cards right, we might just be able to negotiate with Morgan after all. That said, finding Mash definitely comes first. For the time being, you should rest up and recover your strength. Then tomorrow we can start gathering information, quietly and casually, of course, so as not to arouse suspicion.
And we're still going. Love it.
Oh man, it feels like forever since I just laid down on a soft bed. The British Lost Belt, High Queen Morgan. Altria, Oberon. Yep. Definitely gotta think about all this stuff.
Mash! Wherever you are, please be safe!
Huh?
Okay, I think we could use some rest too. Servants might not need to sleep, but it's still tiring to be constantly watching out for threats, right? I mean, you never took your fingers off your bowstrings even once that entire time. Guess that's why you were a Knight of the Round Table, huh?
Huh. Just your noticing that suggests I must need rest as well. But not just yet. But please, don't refrain from resting on my account, Da Vinci. You may be a servant too, but you're also a being living in the here and now, just like Relly. So go on, get some sleep. Don't worry, it's my duty to protect you as well as him.
Gotcha! Guess I should have expected that kind of consideration from Tristan, the Child of Sadness, and the most handsome Knight of the Round Table.
Oh, She's trying to rizz him up?
Okay then, I think I'll take you up on that. Honestly, I was pretty beat.
By all means. But first, I have just one request for you. I don't want to take too much of your time, but before you fall asleep, I was hoping you could tell me about the sixth singularity.
Why? Why can't we just leave it? We've been talking non-stop, bro.
Specifically, I would like to hear about the version of me who was summoned here, and what I was doing in the holy city of Camelot. Oh, okay, thank God. We're gonna do it off screen here. Thank you, Jesus. Hey, and there we go. All right. We finally finished up. So, I'm going to say we shall call it there for the evening. Again, we're still very early on, obviously, in the singularity, but it feels like we managed to cover a fair bit of ground here tonight. So, I am okay with the progress we've made tonight. Exactly. Good progress. Good progress is good progress. That's what I say. But yeah, that's going to do it for me for tonight. So, with that being said, I want to thank anyone that decided to stop in to check out the stream, even for just a minute or two. Always appreciate it. Tomorrow, we're going to be playing Genshin. So, if you want to know when that'll be happening, go ahead and follow my socials or subscribe, and you'll know when the stream goes live. We're going to be continuing on with Cloran's story quest, and depending on how long it takes, maybe it'll take the whole stream, maybe it'll only take like 30 or 40 minutes. If we've got leftover time, I might actually switch over to Nikkei, and maybe we'll start the summer event a little bit, just to, you know, get our toes wet in the summer event. Yeah. So, yeah, that could happen. And then next week, I would want to try and do a little bit of Nikkei, maybe on Saturday instead of FGO. So yeah, that is the plan for right now. But that's gonna do it for me. So with that being said, I hope you guys have yourselves a good night, a good day, a good morning, wherever it might be for you. And hopefully, with any luck, I will see y'all tomorrow. So until then, stay groovy, everybody.